What's up, guys? Halo should have died after Halo Reach. Yeah, I said it. Now, I know that sounds bad, but as an old-timer Halo fan myself, I'm finally resigned to say that nothing truly worthwhile has come out of Halo since Bungie decided to leave. You might be thinking I solely place the blame on 343 for the downfall of my favorite series, but I don't think anyone could have necessarily kept it at the heights it once occupied. They were given a car with 300,000 miles on the body, figured they'd just slap a new coat of paint on it and drop in a new engine. Sure, you can make it look pretty and theoretically it should burn some major rubber with that new boosted V8. But at the end of the day, something important is going to bust off. Unfortunately, the car will probably veer off into a Denny's parking lot, killing a family of 4. Leaving someone like poor Jimmy here with no one to take care of him. And with both sets of his grandparents gone since he was 5 in some freak fishing boat accident, inevitably he'll be put into the system to only be adopted by an abusive family where he'll learn to hate himself and society, leading to some unregulated mental health issues that drives him to murder-suicide one of his teachers who was a particularly large dill hole to him. All because you had to have more Halo. Instead of letting the hero die and become a legend, we kept it on life support. Now it's a pathetic shadow of its former self, and after it suffers for years with invasive surgeries to bring new life into it, it will drift off in its sleep without anyone even realizing it's dead. No one showing up for Halo's funeral, because after so many letdowns, people stopped caring. There's a reason Bungie was wanting to leave Halo. They were running out of ideas and passion for the series. They had made 5 very successful games, and they were ready to put the franchise to rest while it was at its peak. Instead of wasting away in some no man's land trying to both appeal to old fans and bringing in a new audience with systems that never existed in Halo before, leaving some weird mutant amalgamation of a game no one really asked for. Instead of appealing to both sets of fans, they make neither happy. So, what did 343 do with Infinite? What any other developer would do in their situation? The last resort to bring innovation to a dying franchise.
Here it comes!
Open world, baby! Fresh as fuck, boy! Now, if they had executed it well, Infinite could have been amazing. However, it was pulled out of the oven early. You know what they call that? Half-baked. Sure, it's cool to run around a Halo, but man, it feels empty as my bank account after those funny monkey pixels came out. On top of the empty map, the story feels like nothing happened. You get to the ring, save some guys, harambe a bunch of swole gorillas, and that's it. All the cool shit happened when Chief was taking a nap. The whole point of the campaign was to set up a potential cool story down the line. Oh, and adding to killing all the guys, I hate how the world does not react to things you do as the story progresses. I captured all the FOBs, saved all the Marines, basically completed everything before we even got halfway through the story. And these rascals are acting like they can take the Chief. I spanked literally thousands of alien butt cheeks in the past couple days, and you think you stand a chance, my guy? I'm basically God at this point, and frankly, it's insulting to even insinuate that you stand a chance. I don't care how many hugs your mommy gave you, no one's gonna have that much confidence in themselves as they watch a single guy absolutely slaughter their entire army. Now, as for the multiplayer, I never had much confidence in 343 to be honest. When the game came out, multiplayer was good. Core gameplay was fun, just was lacking in modes really. Now, if you want to imagine the worst ball drop you can think of, they had an opportunity to bring a fresh life that many of us did not think was possible into the franchise. This is supposedly a live service game. So where is the service? You can't just keep pushing core modes like Forge and Co-op again and again. Usually a franchise progresses as it gains modes and features because you have an outline on what to do already. I wouldn't think as technology and experience moves forward, you would lose the capability to make old modes. The game has been in development for like 7 years. How do you take twice as long to make a game and deliver half the shit? I don't know who's running things at 343, but I'd just like to point out that
You done messed up, Aaron!
I get development is difficult and there are unforeseen challenges, but that's all just excuses. You get one chance to make these types of things, and I was raised to take responsibility for my screw-ups and either make up for it or move on, which is exactly what we should have done after Halo Reach. I want to remember the late nights I had playing Slayer with my friends, talking shit to the other team before a match, or the thrill of finishing the fight. Now I just think of disappointment. I would be lying if I said I didn't have the tiniest sliver of hope that one day Halo will truly be back. But honestly, that's kind of the worst part. It allows yourself to be let down again and again. I'd rather the Chief had gone out on top instead of passing into mediocrity and disappointment. Shit, that was depressing. I promise I'm not normally this emo, but man, it's hard not to be when something you're so passionate about is bent over and just fucking railed for years. It's already too late for the Halo franchise to be remembered as something legendary. Halo 4 and 5 ruined that. Now I can only hope that Microsoft and 343 can give it a redemption arc. I'll tell you how to do that, 343. Start by remaking Halo 3, not a remaster. Seriously, use the Halo Infinite engine and make Halo 3 and be faithful to the original. Same story, just in the new engine. Updated cutscenes, potentially a few additions if they make sense. Same goes for the multiplayer. Get the same maps and weapons. Hell, you can even add the new weapons and abilities like the grappling hook, but just for multiplayer. Once that is done, and now follow me here, use it as a new beginning. Wipe the slate clean that was Halo 4 through Infinite. By completely remaking Halo 3, it gives you the opportunity to make up for the disaster that has been Halo since Reach. You're already doing that with your dogshit TV show called The Silver Timeline. Just call this New Beginning the True or Onyx Timeline. Now from here you have two options. You can continue the story with Chief, or you can retire him poetically like Bungie did. There's a whole universe of stories you can tell. If you do decide you need the Chief to sell copies, please, for the love of all that is holy, stop dramatizing it so much. Fans of the original trilogy did not, I will repeat that, did not fall for a Halo because the goddamn personal drama Chief and Cortana have. Chief, prior to 343 taking over, was the epitome of strong, silent type. Having badass quips and comments was his thing. There were very few moments where you can see the emotion Chief is trying to express. Please keep the Chief's character the way he's supposed to be. We get it. Life's hard, and people are sad all the time. I don't need a video game to remind me of that. But do you know what I could use? Seeing someone, no matter what happens, keep their shit together, has the strength to be an inspiration to those around them, and keep moving forward when the odds are always against them. That is how I always saw the Chief. The human race's very existence rests on his shoulder regularly. With all that weight, virtually anyone would crumble, and I understand that. I see it all the time in media nowadays of flawed characters, which is why a character who can carry that weight and continue no matter the cost is sorely needed. I know it may sound lame or whatever, but it's a good example. Why would I have a hero or role model that is flawed like I am? I want to look up or aspire to be better, which is exactly what John did within the Halo universe. He gave people hope.